Tottenham Hotspur are interested in Brentford star Mohammed and Wissa, as reported by BBC Sport, Sky Sports and the Daily Telegraph. And Fabrizio Romero has just given the here we go Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham for £55 million. He will sign a 6-year contract at Spurs and he will have his medical at Hotspur Way on Thursday. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. This is another episode of Tottenham News where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And if you do have a spare minute, please do vote for us at the Football Content Awards 2025. Your support is always really appreciated. Thank you. So let's start by talking about Brentford star Mohammed and Wissa and Tottenham's interest in him. Sky Sports have just stated that Tottenham are maintaining an interest in Mohammed and Wissa and Brentford are aware, but there has been no direct contact between the clubs over him so far. BBC Sport have just stated that Tottenham are moving for Brentford attacker Mohammed and Wissa, who is understood to be open to a move to Tottenham, and the club Spurs are now weighing up financials attached to the deal. The Telegraph have also reported on the Wissa situation and story, and they are stating that Spurs eye Mohammed and Wissa. Brentford forward will celebrate his 29th birthday in September, which may well limit how much Spurs would be prepared to spend. Tottenham Hotspur head coach Thomas Frank is interested in raiding his old club. The report then goes on to say that Frank is interested in signing Wissa, who is thought to be keen on the prospect of linking up with his old manager at Spurs. Brentford already face losing Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United this summer and will be extremely reluctant to allow Wissa to leave as well. Wissa will celebrate his 29th birthday in September, which may well limit how much Tottenham would be prepared to spend on him, with Newcastle United also said to be interested. The Congo international can play as a striker. He scored 19 Premier League goals for Brentford last season, or from the left-hand side. Now, a little bit more on the situation with Mbeumo and Wissa, the Brentford duo. Sky Sports have just stated that Brentford will listen to offers for Wissa and Mbeumo, but it is difficult for them to sell both of them during this summer transfer window. So any deal for Wissa would make Mbeumo's proposal move to Manchester United increasingly difficult. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romero has just stated that Tottenham have not received any official bid from Atletico Madrid for Christian Romero so far. Spurs have not opened doors to his exit as he is a key player for the club. Atletico talks not advancing now. Romero has just returned from holiday. No agreement on personal terms with any club. The Daily Mirror have just reported that Manchester United have now had 2 bids turned down for Tottenham Hotspur transfer target Bryan Mbeumo. Spurs could now make a swoop for the Brentford star and Cameroon international, as they know exactly what they need to pay to get their man. Now, we've just been given the here we go from Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romero. Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham, here we go. Deal in place for £55 million from West Ham United. Mohammed Kudus only wanted Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and he will now sign a 6-year contract at Tottenham. Medical test booked for Kudus in London on Thursday, and then he will sign his contract. Sky Germany have also reported on this, and they are stating that Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham is considered a done deal. He will have his medical this week. Full agreement with West Ham has been reached. confirmed contract until 2031 for £55 million. And David Ornstein from The Athletic has also reported on this. Tottenham Hotspur reached total agreement with West Ham United to sign Mohammed Kudus. Deal for 24-year-old West Ham United forward worth in the region of £55 million. Medical scheduled for Thursday ahead of Ghana International joining Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on a 6-year contract. Now, reports in South Korea are stating that Domino's Pizza in Korea is celebrating its 35th anniversary with a new lobster and shrimp pizza, and football star Tottenham Hotspur captain Heung-Min Son will feature in the TV commercial. And various reports in the UK, including from national newspapers, are stating that Brentford did hold talks with former Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou about him becoming the next manager after Thomas Frank agreed to join Spurs. And Football.London have just reported that George Abbott has been one of the standout performers so far in pre-season training at Hotspur Way, as he clocked as the fastest player as they completed a 1 kilometre running drill. L'Equipe in France have just stated that Spurs are in talks with Burnley about centre-back Maxime Estève, but these claims have been rubbished by various outlets, including Football.London. And the Sun newspaper have just stated that Arsenal are now prepared to offer a player swap for Crystal Palace star Eze, and they look set to beat Tottenham to his signature. A further update from Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romero. He has stated that Mohammed Kudus didn't want to negotiate with any other club, only Spurs. Clear intentions as revealed last week, and deal now done, as Mohammed Kudus will become new Tottenham Hotspur player this week. And Sky Sports have just stated, despite Spurs signing Mohammed Kudus from West Ham, Spurs remain interested in Brentford star Yoane Wissa. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. So, it's been a busy day. It was a quiet day up until the Wissa news. And then, of course, the Wissa news from the likes of Sky Sports, the Daily Telegraph and BBC Sport. And then the Mohammed Kudus, here we go, from Fabrizio Romano. He will sign a 6-year contract at Tottenham, and his medical is booked at Hotspur Way for Thursday. I think this is a great start in terms of marquee signings for Spurs, because of course we are going to be playing Champions League football next season. But it is all about what else we do in the transfer window. I'm not going to sit here and say that I am super excited about this one signing. Yes, it does improve our starting 11. Yes, it does improve our squad. But we need a lot more in this transfer window, because, you know, as Daniel Levy and the board have come out and said, you know, we want to be fighting on all fronts. We're playing Champions League football. There is a lot to do. And I'm very impressed with, so far, what's happened, you know, behind the scenes at Spurs since Thomas Frank has come in. But it is now, for us fans and everyone connected to the football club, you know, about what we do on the pitch. You know, remember that we did finish 17th in the Premier League last season. So there are a number of reinforcements that do need to come in to this squad to improve the starting 11 and the squad. But Mohammed Kudus, I think, is a great start. Of course, we have signed Matisse Tell and Kevin Danso and Kota Dekai. But I think that this one is the first real marquee signing. A lot of money, £55 million. He's got a lot to live up to for that price tag. He had a poor season last year for West Ham in a struggling side. He did have a very good first season. But as I've said on these episodes before, this is definitely a club signing for me, because although Thomas Frank has probably approved the signing, Spurs have been interested in Mohammed Kudus for some years before he signed for West Ham, during Ange Postecoglou's time at Spurs, and obviously now. But Spurs have got their man, and as I've always said, you know, if someone is your top target, make sure you go and get that deal done. And a deal has been agreed for around £55 million. It was meant to be 50, or Spurs put in an offer for 50, with an extra £5 million in add-ons if Spurs won the Champions League and the Premier League. West Ham United saw that as unrealistic, and they were never ever going to get that extra £5 million. So Spurs have obviously said, okay, we'll pay it up front. Here's your £55 million, and Spurs will sign Mohammed Kudus on a 6-year contract. But as I've said, I think this is a good signing. You know, but it's all about what else we do. The Yoane Wissa one is an interesting one, because We've been linked with Yoane Wissa before. I can't see, and Sky Sports have actually said exactly the same thing as exactly what I think. Mbeumo and Wissa, there's no chance that both of them leave in the same transfer window. So if Manchester United do get the deal done for Bryan Mbeumo, I can't see the Wissa the deal going through, no matter whether it's Newcastle or Spurs. I just can't see both of them leaving in the same transfer window. There's no way that Brentford will want to lose both of their star players in the summer transfer window, particularly as they've had a new manager come in. But this has been a good day. Medical test booked for Thursday, so hopefully we will get the official club announcement sometime on Thursday or on Friday. But this has been a good day, but let this be only the beginning. Let the other signings come in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Have a great week. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe and well. Come on, you Spurs.